on 1010XL and 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville, your home of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we are glad you are with us. 9 draft picks for the Jaguars this past weekend, including a couple of running backs, one of which was taken in the 7th round out of Syracuse. LeQuint Allen is his name. Let's get some information on LeQuint Allen from his offensive coordinator up in Syracuse. That is Coach Jeff Nixon, always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Coach, how you doing?
Good, doing great. Appreciate you having me on this afternoon.
Hey, Coach, thank you for the time. We certainly appreciate it. All right, LeQuint Allen, let's begin with just the basics, and then we'll branch out into the type of person he is. From a football perspective, Coach, what are the Jaguars getting with LeQuint Allen?
Man, I tell you what, it's unbelievable, man. I think the Jaguars got a hidden gem in LeQuint. You know, he is a true 3-down running back, you know, who can do it all. And, you know, that's what you're looking for in the NFL at that position. He can run every single run scheme. You know, we threw the ball a lot this year, so he takes great pride in being a great pass protector and can really catch the ball out of the backfield. Probably had the best hands on our team. He led the NCAA in running back catches last year with 64. And, you know, he was just a player that, you know, we didn't really want to take off the field. He played more snaps than any running back last year in NCAA football, almost, I think, 900 snaps. So you're getting a true competitor, you know, someone who's going to be one of the toughest guys on the field, and, you know, someone who loves football. He loves the process of working and getting better, you know, on a daily basis. And, you know, I'm looking for LeQuint to do great things there in Jacksonville.
Obviously a very durable player, the number of snaps, as you mentioned. And, Coach, as you know, there's so much more about running back than just running the football. But you spoke earlier about the blitz pickup and obviously catching the balls out of the backfield. You think LeQuint's an all-around running back?
No doubt. Yeah, that's what he is. I mean, if you look at all his 3rd down reps, you know, he's a dominant pass protector. And I think that's what they were looking for. You know, I was fortunate. I worked with Grant Udinski at Baylor. And, you know, that was one of the questions, you know, they had asked about LeQuint, was about his pass protection and his knowledge of NFL schemes. And, you know, his physicality as a pass protector. And it shows up on film. I mean, you can see it on a weekly basis. I mean, the guy can really block, and he plays physical, and he takes great pride in protecting the quarterback.
Coach Jeff Nixon, the offensive coordinator up at Syracuse, with us here on 1010XL in Jacksonville. Coach, that's interesting. You worked with Grant Udinski. Quickly, let's talk about him for a second. 29-year-old offensive coordinator. Coach, you don't see that at all in the National Football League. Your thoughts on him and your opinion on how he will do year number 1 here in Jacksonville?
No, Grant is special, man. You know, his first coaching job was, you know, working as a GA at Baylor. And, you know, we were fortunate enough to hire him. And, you know, he worked on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. And then, you know, he did such a great job. You know, Coach Rule brought him to the Carolina Panthers with us. And, you know, it's been great seeing the progress Grant has made throughout his career. He's such a great, young, bright mind, you know, offensive mind, and, you know, had a lot of success up there in Minnesota, you know, with Coach O'Connell, and was so excited to see him get his opportunity to be, you know, the youngest offensive coordinator in the NFL, and I know he's going to do great.
There's a lot of excitement about Udinski and the rest of the staff down here in Jacksonville. Coach, back to LeQuint Allen. You know, James Gladstone, the general manager here in Jacksonville, has used the term intangibly rich. He wanted to bring intangibly rich guys into the Jaguar organization. What about LeQuint Allen's intangibles? Do you think that's the kind of guy the Jaguars were looking for?
I think without a doubt. I mean, LeQuint is only 20 years old. I mean, he's young. You know, he's hungry. The kid loves football. I mean, he lives in the building, you know, during the season. You know, he's going to understand everything about the game plan. He's going to be excited, you know, at that running back position, you know, especially when you're young in your career, you got to play special teams. Like, he's going to be more than willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And he's just a football player. And like you said, he's going to be, you know, I told Grant, he would no doubt. I'm telling you, he's going to be one of the toughest players on the team. I mean, that's what he brings to the table, and he can do everything they're going to ask him to do as a running back.
Final moments with Jeff Nixon, the offensive coordinator of Syracuse. Coach, I want to end with a thought on Syracuse coming up here in 2025. Final thought on LeQuint Allen. We know about the player he is. What about the person? What kind of guy is going into that locker room? What is the Jacksonville community getting with LeQuint Allen?
They are getting a fiery leader. You look at our leadership last year in our team. We had some really good players. I would probably say Kyle McCord, our quarterback, and LeQuint were definitely, our two leaders who led by example and, vocally on the field. LeQuint's going to give everything he has, and he's going to earn the respect of his teammates immediately. I can guarantee you that. And he's the type of guy you want on your team. I mean, because, again, he's going to do everything that's asked of him, and he's going to play at a high level, and he's going to give it all he's got to help Jacksonville, make the playoffs and really have a successful season.
Coach, let's wrap it up with a thought on Syracuse. Obviously, a big win over Miami towards the end of the regular season last year. How has the offseason gone? How has the spring gone so far?
The offseason's going well. We're just chopping wood, man, trying to get better every day. It's portal season, so we're hosting a lot of visits and just trying to shore up our current roster. But the off season's been great. Guys are working hard. We kind of put last year behind us, and we're looking forward to the future. We have a really good schedule this year, and we're excited about the progress we made this off season going into to the 25 season.
Coach, final question. Obviously, a very fertile recruiting ground here in Jacksonville, but the entire state of Florida. And Syracuse has traditionally always done well in this state, attracting talent up there. What do you think it has been about Syracuse, really going back decades almost, that gets so many good football players from Florida to head up north?
Well, we've made Florida a priority for us. We invest a lot of time. In all areas, everywhere in Florida, South Florida, Central Florida, North Florida, so we try to really recruit the area. There's a lot of good players there. And we've been fortunate enough, to have a lot of guys come up and visit and learn what Syracuse is all about. And they like what they see. And our head coach, has really developed a great culture here. Fran Brown has really developed a great culture here at Syracuse. And a lot of kids, when they come up from Florida, they like what they see. And we've been fortunate enough to get our share of really good players out of the state. So, we want to hope that continues, throughout the years that we're here at Syracuse.
Jeff Nixon, the offensive coordinator of Syracuse, giving us some info on LeQuint Allen, the running back who the Jaguars drafted in the 7th round of this past weekend's NFL draft. Coach, I know how busy you are. Thank you for taking time out for us here in Jacksonville, and we'll talk again soon, pal.
Oh, thank you. Anytime.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars. For even more coverage of the Big Cats, be sure to subscribe to 1010XL Jaguars.